Recording in
Jaden, Elian, how are you guys? And Elian, I can see you're struggling hard, and you're very close, I think. Fantastic. So I'm happy to see that. A few other people are supposed to join us today. I think I don't know where's Colin. He's our tutor. Um, Maybe he'll join later. And Ethan was going to be here. I don't know. There's a few others who wanted to be in today's meeting, and I thought it'll be cool because they're also all struggling on the same issues as you are, and I don't know if how the level of reassurance they're getting that other students are also in the same boat. It feels very difficult if you think that you're the only one who's fighting a certain problem and everyone else has marched ahead. Yes, it kind of feels like that sometimes, but who cares? We want to get ahead, and I think that's the best strategy is to just do whatever we can, the best we can, and keep learning. So the other folks are supposed to join us today, and I just don't want them to feel that they're struggling alone. In fact, Colin, or was it Colin or Walter? Someone posted a note saying the important thing is to remember that you're not struggling alone. Who posted it? It was on Reddit. On Reddit, someone posted a note saying that, wow, I thought it was one of our tutors then. Maybe you guys didn't even see it. Jaden, so you're working on the Hanoi problem right now?
I have actually completed the Hanoi problem. I'm on the
you finished it
now. Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, all right. Ellen is catching up fast. I think Ellen, if you wrap up the blue 9 by even Friday, it should take you no more than a couple of days after that, the weekend, to wrap up green 1, because green 1 is identical to blue 9, except for the fact that in blue 9 you have I think your node has a single data item like a string. Yes, string or an integer or something like that.
I think nodes are established for green 1.
So but nodes have primitive objects in them, right?
Should be, yeah, like tags and such.
Yeah, anyway, I forgot. But anyway, green is a very simple extension, meaning that instead of a simple thing like a string or an int, you actually have another structure in there called a song entry, which is a class, and it has a name of the song and the length of the song and stuff like that. That's all. Okay. And so you have to basically replicate your code from blue 9 and then change the node to have a song entry inside of it instead of an integer. Okay. So that's why I think it won't take you more than 2 days because I know a lot of people who did get through blue 9 but still struggled with green 1. Okay. But I found a pattern. The ones that zip through blue 9 without actually struggling, but I don't know how they zip through. Maybe they look at tip sheets or found or got help and zipped through, so they finished blue 9 and everything. But those same students, I noticed later that they were struggling hard in green 1, and I thought, why is that they're struggling? And it's because I think that the hard lessons of pointer manipulation, which blue 9 is supposed to give you, got cushioned for them somehow, either by brothers and sisters or well-meaning parents or friends and relatives, or just by themselves. I don't want to sweat it out. Let me just look at the tip sheets to see what kinds of errors to avoid, rather than saying, let me not avoid those errors, because I want to get bitten to feel that bite and tell if that's a fatal bite or is just a minor discomfort that I can not care about later. And so a lot of people, I think, take the approach where they are so accustomed to Daily comfort. Okay, how about this? So accustomed to unnatural daily comfort. What I mean is unnatural daily comfort is a daily comfort that actually takes external resources to maintain, like electricity, or a person standing next to you and massaging your head or something like that. These are all fun things, but they have a chance of ending if you don't put in some extra resources that you own to keep them running. So we need to find a way to I don't know how I got started talking about that, but yeah. So this level of comfort. So I think that if we find a level of comfort that doesn't take active effort to keep maintaining, then you can be comfortable for the rest of your life. And or at least the minimal amount of, you reduce the threshold so much that you don't have to have, you're not dependent on so many things that your happiness is going to get screwed the moment that the needle changes by $1 million, something like that. Or so we just lower your thresholds. And I think that the level of comfort that modern technology has imbued many youngsters incorrectly, in my opinion. And the reason I say incorrectly is not because it's right or wrong by some absolute standards. I say it's incorrectly because it is working against the person. So it's incorrect for that person. So by making people, by spoiling them to the wonders of technology early on, before people have felt the pinch of not having it, all of these beautiful things just become invisible at that point. Just take it for granted. And you only notice it if it's gone. And if it's not gone, you just take it for granted. And I think that careful programmers, I think here's, maybe I should start recording. Oh, it is recording. Okay. Yeah. You see, here's the thing, right? And I think that regardless of any field, okay, any field, management and everything, I think programmers, really good programmers, will shine in any field that they choose later on. And the reason for that is because programming, I think, more than anything else, makes you very, very careful, because after a while of meddling with pointers in trees and lists, you're going to say, after a while, subconsciously at least, that when you want to make a change, let me just make sure that's not going to break a pointer somewhere here. Okay, and you're never ever going to touch anything that has even the smallest risk of breaking, because you know that when something is broken, it takes a hell of a lot of effort to fix it. So the better thing is to just stay clear of what is likely to break, or at least do things very carefully. And I think that careful mindset just brings itself to bear, regardless of once you become a polished programmer, I think you will be a polished thing in anything you do, because you'll just take care. You won't do big moves and gross moves that are likely to break, especially if you don't know how these things are done. You want to do micro things first, and make sure everything is okay. And you won't step, to the next step until there is a solid step there. And so you make all these things mathematical proof. You look for mathematical certainty before moving ahead. And I think that's missing in that was missing in some of the students who got through 2A apparently easily, because I think that maybe they were cushioned by not seeing all these, and they got cushioned. Yeah, they got cushioned by not seeing all these bugs early on in 1A, in 2A, right? You got to see these bugs. You shouldn't be cushioned by friends and relatives and well-wishers and people who don't know what they're doing, right? So you should feel this, and only then you'll see that in 2B you won't even feel it anymore. Because otherwise people are feeling it in 2B. And so if you just go through, and I think, all over the age, over many, many eons, we've established these, sequences of lessons. And they're quite amazing, because each one is designed to just push you to the next limit. And it's not like, Michael Lossev just picked out these topics out of thin air one day, right? As they work out so beautifully for us. And I'm pretty sure if you go to Stanford, Harvard, any place, right? So they probably go through the same sequence topics, right? And I think these topics were, I think, kind of evolutionarily zeroed in on, because they offer the right amount of challenges And I think that students will be shortchanging themselves if they manage to skip one of those and go to the next one, because they're just going to do double the amount of effort here plus the one. It's not really worth it. So the sequence of topics has been designed to minimize student effort, and so students shouldn't try to subvert it by saying, well, you know what, I'm going to do even less work than what this tells us to do, because I think we've shown that this is probably the least amount of effort that students will have to do. So I don't know, pass this message on, because you two are the only ones who are attending these meetings. And I know, well, the enrollment counts have gone down, obviously. I've told you that. But still, I think there are more people enrolled than just the two of you. And I know that a few are supposed to attend today, and I asked them to attend, and they're not here. So I don't know how it goes. But anyway, just finish it, okay? Just do this. And I'm, unless you have any questions for me, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. You two can talk to each other. I'll just turn the laptop around. Okay, you two can talk to each other and then hang up when you're done. Tell your classmates, this is all important shit. They're just missing out on these things. And then finish this, and also do my 2C, all right? Before, maybe you don't even care about the grade and all, right? So you're just doing it for fun. You can just do it anytime you want then, because it's just plus. But if you want to do the exams and the midterm, it's worth it to pay the $150. I'm pretty sure. Because, some of the questions that I'm using a lot of questions from Michael Loseff's question bank. Okay. And some of those questions, many times I went in and said, I'm going to weed out some questions and insert some new ones. And some of these questions have been very well thought out. So I have to, I can't resist the urge to not delete them. Some of them are so nice. So you have to take these exams too. And if you want, that's $150 because it's part of the Canvas thing. But if you just want a question, go ahead. Right. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. If you have any questions for me, ask me and I will answer. Otherwise, you guys can just chat. Okay. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for still hosting these meetings. And
yeah, no worries.
Also for the help.
Yeah, if you want. Okay. How about this? Next week onwards, since one of you at least tell me if you want to attend me to attend this meeting, and I will. Otherwise, I found out that for my 2C students, I just set up similar meetings. They just come and attend, and it's all done and recorded in the cloud automatically. I don't have to be present. Okay. So how about you guys just get together at 6 o'clock and on Mondays, have a chat. Maybe other students will also join. You can encourage other students to join. In fact, you can tell them that I'm not coming. Then maybe the other students will come. Okay, so you can tell them, and you guys can just have a online discussion on Zoom. And try to switch it to whoever the host is. Try to switch it to gallery view, because in gallery view you get all three people, all people. Otherwise, only the active speaker is shown. And sometimes Zoom doesn't do a very good job of audio detection. Even though someone is speaking, it's showing someone else's ceiling or something like that. So switch it to gallery view and everybody will be visible, and just ask everybody to switch on their cameras. It'll be very nice, just like now. And so do that. And if you want me to attend, just let me know, right? Even, a few hours before, just send me an email saying, hey, can you attend today's meeting? I'll be happy to attend. Yeah. And at any time, if you want to work on a project in class, like I do in 2A, if you want to pick a 2B level project and code it here, one of you take the screen and I'll talk you through it, or I'll say, do that and do this and do this, and we can play with that, right? We can actually solve one of these interesting problems too on, if you have a linked list in which it's a ring, not a linked list, but a ring of very huge length. Can you find out it's a ring and not a linked list, right? Without storing each one of those. So those are things that we can try and play with and experiment. Or try to find cycles and loops and graphs and lists. All of these things to be level, right? Intersecting lists. Intersecting lists is very good, right? Two sorted lists, and you have to produce a union of the two sorted lists. Both of them join. That's called a join operation. And that has to happen in linear time, the intersection of two sorted lists. That's basically merge sort, right? That's the heart of the merge sort algorithm. Because, if you have two sorted lists, you can join them in linear time. And that's merge sort. So we can actually code that. Well, actually, the whole lot of stuff we can code. We can do some fun stuff here if you guys are interested. But All right. So just let me know. All right. You guys talk,
Right.
and then when you're done, I think. Oh, I have to end the meeting. You guys, do you want me to turn one of you into a host, and then you can just end the meeting? Yeah.
If you would like to, unless you want to stay, but
Yeah. Okay. But you know what? I'll make one of you host, and then Jaden is top left here. How do I make you host? Yeah. How do we make someone host? There. Make host. Make host. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Good. All right. So you should be able to close the meeting anytime you're done. And if you want me to come back, just call me. Yeah, I'm gonna be here.
all right, we'll let you know when I'll end the meeting.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Have a blast.
Take care now.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, so I just barely got to check out so you were having a bit of trouble with Quest 9?
Yeah. I think I've checked the Reddit threads, past ones for the same issue I'm having. It seems like it could be a bunch of things, and I think I've gone through most of them, and it's still not clicking into place.
So where's exactly like stopping the checkpoint? Would you know which mini quest it's stopping the checkpoint at?
Yeah, advance. It says
Oh, advance.
it says
but
failed checkpoint after 81 tries. We ain't the same no more to help you debug. Yeah,
so
81 advances. So I assume it's advance.
okay, but you passed certain other checkpoints too, right? Have you earned any points for other checkpoints, or it's
Yes.
stopping you at advance?
I've got construct the sentinel, get size, insert at current, get current item and push back, all fine.
Okay, so maybe if this will help, I'm not sure, but double check each of your spellings for each line. Double check your spelling out each statement, each push, because remember underscores are also a very important factor when building each line, and if you miss some of them, then it's the system's going to get confused. So make sure you're labeling it to the correct one.
In the past, when I've forgotten an underscore, my compiler Xcode will always be like, hey, you messed up. And I'll get a warning, but I will double check that.
It also helps that maybe for advanced, you may be pushing it to the wrong system.
How do you mean?
You may be pushing it to a different line than you expect, rather than pushing it to next. You might be pushing it to somewhere else. Just like I said, it's probably something within your structure that maybe is telling it to do the wrong thing instead.
Maybe I nothing's popping out at me though.
You said this was advanced current, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a fairly short program.
Yeah.
It just checks for edge cases. And then
would you have like everything in place? Like, do you have your maybe I'm not sure if this is your setup. Do you have your if statements set up? Do you have your null set up?
yep.
And your return statement is correct?
Return this. Yep.
And how does your let's see. What's messing up advanced current? Sorry, I wish I had much more good go into more detail of how this might help, but really just all I can offer is like check over that it's put you got the right lines, it's pushing to the right systems you've already have set up, and double check all of your spellings and such.
Yeah. Just an idea for a Google search.
Mhm.
No. Yeah, I'm pretty stumped. How are you going?
Going well, just trying to find a way to help you out. You know, telling you the full answer, but trying to word it
Yeah.
correctly. So you're pushing it from previous to next, right? It says that in the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just using the next function, or not the function, I'm so bad at terminology and also pronouncing things apparently. I'm just setting it equal to the next node.
Wait, equal to the next node? What is your, sorry, if I may ask, what does your equal sign look like? Like, what did you put? 1 or 2 equal sign?
In my if statements or in my,
In the if.
yeah, in the if it's 2.
Okay, yeah, make sure like the if. And let's see. And what about the next portion?
You mean the,
Yeah, from
it's so hard
yeah,
to like
so
say this
yeah,
without saying my code.
yeah.
I just took the pointer and pointed it at the pointers. God, sorry. I took the
Wait,
pointer and I just very simply set it equal to the next
so
one.
yeah, so right after the first portion of if, did you define what previous to current would mean in this statement?
No, I
Because
don't understand.
did you so after like the first bracket, like after your if where you put everything in the parentheses,
Hmm.
at that after that line, did you set up like previous to current equals so and so?
For the edge cases, you mean? Like
Yeah,
if
something.
it was equal to the tail or the next one would be null. Did I define?
Yeah, did you define previous to current?
No, I just
Oh,
returned that it no there.
maybe that's where your problem might lay.
Why would I
Since
need to?
'cause- so probably is like a double check. Okay. You have it because if your if statement has it set up as, because since you're passing along the current to the previous from the next, and you set it as a null, you would I would also have to double check for returning this just to make sure from previous to current and then previous to current to next. I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly.
I don't get what you mean.
I'm sorry if I'm not being of help here. I'm just
Oh, it's
trying to
fine.
word it. I'm just trying to word it.
Trying to like push me in the
Yeah,
right
trying to put it.
direction
So
while not
trying to put.
telling me the answer.
Yeah. I don't want to tell you the answer, so
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to word it as like a picture, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think you do have the right idea, but maybe it's either spelling or maybe formatting that it's not grabbing, but you do seem to have the rest of the code down, just something stopping you at this advanced part.
Yeah. I was looking at other Reddit posts where people had the same problem as mine, and people kept on saying it wasn't advanced that was necessarily the problem, even though it was saying it was advanced in the submission. So I've just been going over my whole code basically.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one here.
Yeah, I think I'll probably I don't know. Wait on that Reddit post or set up tutoring with the in-class tutor or something.
Yeah, that's what I definitely here for. Sorry if I can be of help.
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, yeah, the tutors will definitely. Sometimes you just have to wait until for what the Reddit to say, and whenever you need help, it's definitely good to ask them. So sorry if I can be any of help, but I'm just sorry.
You know, you're learning this stuff too.
Yeah,
You're not a tutor.
and yeah, just everyone. Of course, I'm sure also probably taking into account that everyone's code is different. They found different ways to find solutions to this. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm just more describing how I kind of did it and trying to pass it along to you, so it might not resonate well.
Mm.
Is there any other help you need, or?
No, not for now. I would offer my help, but we are in two very different places.
Yeah. Okay, so are you going to take off now, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, have a good day then.
Thank you. You too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, and I'm gonna end this Zoom call now.
Oh, all right. Okay. Thank you, Jaden. All right. See you next time. Okay.
I did my best to try and help, but I guess.
No worries. Yeah. I heard that. Yeah. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Okay.
Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye.